25 screw-ups that got people fired. According to Reddit. Number 25. Cursed out the CEO's wife and ended her rant by saying, "What are you gonna do? Fire me?" Well, yeah, she got fired. If she's on this list, then that's what that means. You could say that it was a surefire way of getting... Oh boy, did I just say that? Do you think that's in the responses? No, somebody says, "What are you gonna do? Fire me?" Says the fired chick. Brilliant. Hello to everyone in the stream chat. Koala says, "Hey Kyle, I'm so happy I can make it to the stream. Today's been a really shitty day and hopefully this will cheer me up." Yeah, we all know what it's like to have a shitty day. And here's hoping at the very least the next day is forced into not being as shitty. By comparison, how you gonna out shitty the day before you day? Come on now. Get it together. Number 24. Security guard hated one person in the office. He carved cunt into her desk. Well, damn. What a YouTube commenter. She found it, reported it to HR, and they went to pull the security footage, which was mysteriously deleted for about 5 minutes in the middle of the day. Mysteriously deleted? What are you guys, police officers? I said it. As we roll up to number 23, I heard about a guy who got a job at a float plane company. He was fueling a plane, and someone called coffee break time, so he left. Coffee break time, guys. It's just an awkward, You can call a coffee break. It can be break time. But coffee break time? He was fired day one for spilling many liters of fuel into the water because he didn't turn off the pump when he went for the coffee break. Well, I mean, come on now. Number 22. I once worked a couple of summers on a casual contract in a food factory. One of those ones was making microwave meals. We worked in the cooking area and would have a laugh during the shift, but we're all mature enough to know when to get our asses back to work. Ah, the Mordecai and Rigby method. Anyway, there was one kid who started with me fresh from school and really wanted to get taken on permanently. A couple of months in, we both get offered full-time positions. I turned it down as I was going back to college a few weeks later, so no point, but this kid took it. Having done all the paperwork, he started his first week on the job, and it would also be his last. Most of the meals were made for big grand companies, and very major customers were coming in for the visits this week. This meant us basically all having the day off from work, so we didn't screw up, but instead a sample line was being run just so that they could see the process and we wouldn't lose the contract. The kid doesn't get the importance or significance of this and comes out of cold store with some mashed potato to throw at someone. Ooh. This would have been okay on any other day as long as senior management weren't around, but not this day. Instead, he hits one of the visitors. The kid was gone within the hour and left in a flood of tears. I mean, a good rule of thumb in fucking around is just not to do it. You know what I mean? Let everybody else be on that fuck around bullshit. How about work should be work? You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, y'all gonna fuck around, keep it behind closed doors. You coming out of it sounded like he came out of cold storage, Thank you, Jinx, for what is 70 cheers. Wow, just gonna fill that jar right up. Mama Big Mama Bad says it's been a pretty shitty day for me too. We all know what shitty days are. That's why I'm doing this list early, because I gotta figure out making some money tonight, so my voice is gonna be all over the internet. I'm gonna be whoring it out, guys, because I gotta get that bank. As we continue to number 21, one of the salesmen told his girlfriend that he was the vice president of sales. Really? He snuck her in after hours and took her to the real vice president's office. He had changed the name tag to one from his cubicle, and they had sex on the sofa in the office. Well, I guess it worked out for him up until he got fired. The next day, he brags about it to a coworker. All he had to do was shut the hell up, and got fired, and the sofa was hauled away that very day. You've sullied this sofa. You sofa sullier. Number 20. A guy decided to share porn meme emails with the girls in the office. Security marched his ass out of the building. Come on now, man. Come on now. Porn memes. And you're sending it to their email, so they got a real... One thing if you whipped out your phone and was like, hey, take a look at this, and then you ran away, you know what I mean? But we call that evidence. Number 19. One of my colleagues watched porn in his office laptop. You watch porn on a laptop or in an office. In his office laptop? Every list I gotta put up with this. Okay, one of my colleagues watched porn in his office on his laptop at home. Okay. Let me read this the way that it should make sense. One of my colleagues watched porn on his office laptop at home and unknowingly downloaded viruses, and when he connected it to our VPN, it spread everywhere, causing the production to crash and 3 hours of downtime. The IT team found the source and he was fired. Treat your office laptop well, folks. It's okay to check Amazon or Match Score, but never any suspicious websites. I just now got a notification from Facebook. Talk about a suspicious website. Who the hell does Facebook think it is? Weeding its way into my fucking, my notifications. See, Chrome has updated itself, right? And then Chrome notifications. Right. Let's see. At the bottom, you click advanced. Just gonna rip this off really quick. See if I can, wait a minute. Oh no, that's just my sponsors page. Yeah, I told you I was trying to like update that. Oh, Kyle, you're ruining momentum. Worry about this later. But you always say worry about it later, and then it never gets fixed because out of sight, out of mind. But this Facebook notification crap is going to keep popping up as if I use Facebook, as if I've used Facebook in months, my dude. As if Facebook exists as anything more than an easy way to log into multiple websites that you don't want to make an account for, my dude. And I got to deal with notifications from Chrome because it's so up its own ass with this Google shit. It did it again. It did it again. What? Oh, it's Austin Brantley liking a bunch of photos. So, of course, these are sending them to me as notifications. Very funny. Very funny. What's your name in chat again, Austin Brantley? I'm just curious. I just want to know. Come on, Austin. What's your name in the chat? Number 18. A coworker got caught barfing into her trash can. They found hundreds of empty little vodka bottles in her desk. Oh, shit. Someone says, why? Why store the evidence on company property? Why? Yeah, you better be a subscriber. You about to get some of that hot consequence. You know what I'm talking about? You was about to get fucked, boy. Oh my God. I was gonna reinvent the definition of consequence on that ass. You better be a subscriber on that ass. Oh my God. Anyway, as we continue through this list, man, people getting drunk at work. I mean, again, getting a little bit tipsy just to ease the burden of this shitty work life. That's one way to deal with it. But moderation, my dudes. Number 17. My company has its own courier service, and during the days, they're allowed to have a few drinks, right? They can grab a meal, hand in the receipts to our accounting, and are reimbursed. The drinks, of course, can't be alcoholic. It's like water, coffee, soda, some kind of refreshment. These courier handles... Oh, sorry. The couriers handle the money, among other things, and it should have gone without saying that they can't be under the influence of alcohol during their working hours, considering they drive. Well, apparently it needed to be said, because one genius went, "Hey, beer's a drink," and he bought a fuck ton of beer and tried to hand in the receipt for it to the accountant. He also had moments when he tried to hand in grocery receipts too. Okay. Number 16. I worked at a supermarket, and once two girls went out back of the produce section with a bunch of fruit and vegetable and knives and filmed each other doing fruit ninja. They posted it on Snapchat. One of the girls was Snapchat friends with our manager. Of course she was. The slut. The slut. I don't care who considers me, misogynist or some shit for saying something like that. Of course this slut is Snapchat friends with her fucking manager, my dude. Ugh. And 2 days later they were gone. Yeah, she must not have been willing to suck that dick, which was probably the ultimatum here. If you want to keep your jobs. Look, I can't just be your manager and watch you fucking around in the back, wasting our shit that we pay for, unless you're gonna do something about it. Yeah, what? Anyway, God, I feel secondhand embarrassment just typing this. I barely knew either of them. It was so stupid. Yeah, they stupid. But they also had to pay the troll toll. So, Dante says, "Holy Zuck, I was playing Mortal Kombat 2 and I was getting Kitana's fans to slice me up. And every time she threw them, your notification sound happened." Right. When I work in ICU... Sorry, give me a second. Number 15. When I worked in the intensive care unit, I worked with a married couple. They seemed normal for the most part, the husband especially, but the wife was a little high energy. Still not that weird, or so we thought. Anyways, the woman wrote herself multiple death threats, like to herself. One was written in blood, don't know if it was hers, and would put them in her locker. Then she'd put on this full show, complete with tears and a full freak out. Every time she'd receive one of these letters, she spread rumors and tried to peg these threats on another coworker that she didn't get along with, who was a highly unlikely culprit. It was a huge deal. The police had to be involved, and we had to keep security on the floor at all times. They interrogated every employee that worked there. What a slut, what a cunt, what a dirty bitch. Ugh. Involving the police in people's lives when, they already corrupt and just looking for anything. Because that's how the bills get paid in America, right? And it was because of a dumb broad being believed when, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. They interrogated every employee that worked there. One of these letters showed up. Each time. They installed a camera in the locker room, and that's when they found out that the psycho wife was putting the letters in her own locker. God, it's as if only recording everything will get people turned on their ass. You know what I mean? In a world where half of these assholes and just saying shit. It's worse when the people don't even understand like how terrible they are. It's one thing to be obliviously ignorant to the type of like, oh my God, please Jesus, we just want to avoid you, get away from me type asshole that most people are. But it's when they say something and then a minute later they forget it. You know what I mean? And they willing to argue over it, and you're like, actually, you just said, oh boy. But if we had a recording to play back, my Lord, thank God for work and cameras being all right. Obviously, she was fired. Her poor husband still had to work with us while the thing was going on. He finally just quit. I felt bad for him with everyone gossiping about his crazy wife. I know how embarrassed he was. He the one married her. He the one married her. Marriage is a stupid thing, my dudes, but a lot of people, they treat it like it's just a thing that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to get married, right? I mean, we're together. We're supposed to get married, right? Stupid. Y'all niggas stupid. Y'all don't know who you're dealing with. Y'all don't know the type of person that is. And then worse, you're both the type of basic people to probably meet with a big ass mask on. You know what I mean? It's not just makeup. It's not just different clothes, different, mannerisms, and you're basically just putting forth another person. So when you act like another person and someone falls for that other person, when the real you comes out, they just supposed to fall in line and deal with that shit. So imagine a scenario where both of y'all acting like somebody who isn't really who you are, and then both of you change, and then each of you don't like the person that each other has changed into, and then you're stuck in a marriage. And other people got to put up with your bullshit. And maybe as a husband, you know better than to think that your wife, should not be fucking, making death threats and accusing people of them. Now the police are involved. You know what I mean? You supposed to defend that? Because the Bible told me to do it. I have to stand by my wife come hell or crazy water. Y'all niggas are retarded. And this is the world we living in. This is why I don't want to say, man, hand me that bleach. You know what I'm talking about? I would prefer it to mixing up with you people. That crazy gonna rub off. Crazy gonna rub off. We can all be crazy, but crazy in the ways that don't harm other people. Be crazy for you. Be crazy inward. Hashtag inward crazy. Number 14. My friend showed me an email friend. It's an email friend now, because we all need a friend. My friend showed me my thread. My friend showed me an email thread from his job. It started with a guy sending an email to a woman that said, "I want to see your hot pussy," or some bullshit that was gross like that. She forwarded it to the entire company and was like, "I can no longer work in this environment." The fallout was nuts. The woman left that day, and I believe hired a lawyer to sue. That's how you do it, my girl, my lady. My woman, you know what I mean? Don't you all wish that you had some nice titties and a hot puss so that you in the workplace could get some blatant and just deliberate and obvious sexual harassment, in a way where you print that out and frame it, my baby, because we going to court. You know what I mean? Money, 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 money. She was in her office like burner, calling people up like, "Sheila." Well, she got a wife named Sheila too. "Sheila, wake the kids. I work nights. That's how I've been trying to make ends meet. I work nights. Sheila, wake the kids. It's happened. We about to lawyer up. We about to get down money." The guy was fired on the spot. I'm not sure how it resulted in the end, as this was years ago. But hopefully that company has brushed up on their compliance team. Or training since then. Can you imagine the training? Guys, I want you all to know that mentioning other people's genitalia at any time is unacceptable. I know it may seem like genitalia isn't that big a thing. I mean, what's the big deal, right? As a matter of fact, one might say it's the hot topic. But not while you're at work. Come on, guys. Don't do it. This is day one of our compliance training. We're going to have a seminar. Oh my God. Number 13. A saleswoman at my old job would sell whatever he was selling. TVs, furnitures, mattress. You're all right? You want these furnitures? All right. TVs, furniture, mattresses to customers. Then after they left, he would go back into the system and give them a discount in the amount that it would take to buy another item and then take the TV home. God, that's a very specific kind of fraud. You figure basically what he would do is go, "Okay, give me $100 for this item." And then he would discount the item by like half or something and pocket the $50. Instead, because probably this was easier in the eyes of the system, at work, he discounted it enough for another item and then would take the other item home. Pretty gangsta shit, my dude. But you got caught. Please understand when I say gangster, I do not condone theft. I don't mean that that's like a cool crime or something and is therefore excusable. Cool crimes, Kyle. Oh boy. A donkey fell into a bowl of sugar. Now that's a sweet ass. So he would do this shit. He would take the TV home, inventory matched, and no one was on to him until someone came in for a refund and things didn't match up. That's what we call a loose end, my dude. Number 12, trying to steal beer from a walk-in cooler by emptying packs of beer or 40-ounce bottles into a trash bag and then throwing them away. She didn't know that there was a camera in the walk-in cooler. Was she drinking the beer out of a trash bag? Lord in heaven. Lord in heaven. You're an alcoholic, motherfucker. You're an alcoholic. Not to Larry the Cable Guy right now, Talk about a blast from the past. But if you're drinking beer that you stole and by putting it in a garbage bag, you may be an alcoholic. Wow. Number 11. We hired a guy. On his first day, the help desk is setting up his computer, and the new guy asks, "Could you change my username from T. Scott to T. Williamson?" The help desk guy asked why, and he was told that that's his real name. So he changed the username, then went to HR to mention it to them. I guess HR reran their background check with his name and found something that they did not like. Because like an hour later, he's being escorted out of the office. All because you couldn't deal with a name tag at work. You know what I mean? Let me put it to you like this. When I go to Chick-fil-A and they go, "What's your name?" I go, "Kyle." I would go as far as to say that I have genuine disdain for the name Kyle because a lot of people assume that that's the way that my name should be pronounced. And I say should be because no, I'm not shitting you. I've genuinely been in situations where people see the spelling of my name, go, "Whoa, what is that?" And I say Kyle. And they go, "What, like Kyle?" And I say, "No. It's Kyle, 2 syllables. Like Kal-El, son of Jor-El. Superman, Superman. Kal-El. Think of me, Kyle, 2 syllables. And it is not Kyle. I mean, that's what your brain wants to liken it to. That's completely fine. But here's where it gets interesting. Some will go a step further and go, "Oh, so it's just Kyle, but different." And I'll be like, "All right, man, however you feel." You know what I mean? That's where you want to go. I shit you not. Some people have even gone further and implied that like my name should just be Kyle and that I don't know it, Like they're telling me that it's just Kyle. And I'm like, no. I think I know my name, It'd be like if I was, I'm imagining that in their head, they're thinking, it'd be one thing if it was just the same spelling and the same name, but I wanted it pronounced differently. Like if I was named Candace, but I wanted it pronounced Candice or something. It's not, dude. It's a very weird name, Cyael, and it is pronounced Kyle. Weird enough to where you don't know any other Kyles, but you're trying to tell me it's Kyle. Here's my point, my dude. If I were going into a motherfucking place of work, I don't give a shit what these niggas call me. Y'all could call me fucking Felipe. Y'all could call me Sheila as far as I'm concerned, my dude. Y'all people are work. Like, I'm the type of guy where, like, I'm antisocial enough to where even though I can go somewhere and be the life of the party or be entertaining and have everybody paying attention to me and, you know, just open my mouth and blah, 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 suck my ass. I don't want any of you people to know me. Y'all don't, like, stay away from me. So when you go to work, my dude, when you go to work, like, keep these people at bay. Why you want anybody to know your real name? What's wrong with you? And you got a record? This is wild. And he deserved what he got. So all we can do is thank God that some of these people are so stupid in a way where they can't keep that shit together, where this kind of thing happens. And I apologize for falling off the fucking wagon as far as derailing this momentum of the stream. But to be honest, I feel like all we have is the ignorance of people to be thankful for, because the alternative are the people who can keep it together for like years and years and years and years and years. You ever see like a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old person just start killing a whole bunch of people, you know? And then naturally your brain is like, all right, now what set him off? Did he come home and his wife was fucking some other dude? You know, did his parents just, you know, make him seem like he wasn't accomplishing anything? And then before he knew it, like the pressure of what he figures he should have, you know, accomplished by now, he's not achieving what he considers to be success. You know what I mean? No fancy car, no hot wife, no trophies, you know what I mean? And then he just snaps. And no, dude, some of them are just like, they've been this crazy the whole time. They've been this crazy the whole time. But for whatever reason, they've been able to keep that shit together, keep it on lock, keep it behind closed doors. And then they just let it out. That's the scariest. That's the end of the spectrum that we don't want anything to do with. That's the scariest type of motherfucker, where they don't need a snapping point because they've always been crazy. Right? But in this story is what we actually want. It's people that are so stupid that they don't realize they're stupid. You're going to fill up a garbage bag with beer, my dude. Hey, I've passed the background check and gotten this job. Now, can you put my real name on my shit so people know my real name at my job that I didn't give you guys so that you wouldn't pull up anything on the background check? Hey, HR. That you're walking down to mention this to? What the fuck? You deserve what you get. He lied about his name in the background and then told the IT guy his real name. Oh my God, what's up with my nose? I just don't know what to do. Whatever. Number 10. This really is dumb screw ups. I should have put dumb in the title. I think I just put 25 screw ups that got people fired. And then I put like a feminist looking chick in here. Man, from the wrong angle, that could appear to be bait, you know, to some girl that's like,
what? So some girl got woke at her job and they fired her for it? That's bullshit.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine her coming into the video and being like,
what the fuck is this? Okay, I've got Logan Paul videos to go watch. Woo!
If I can just get one feminist who clicked into this video because of that thumbnail and heard me say that before clicking off because she mad, then I've made the world a better place. Oh, man. Hannah says, I hate the name Kyle. I don't know why I read that like Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog, but the baby version of Muriel.
I hate macaroni.
They tried to tell me that my name was actually spelled Hanah at the DMV. Can you imagine people telling you how your name is spelled? Weird. Because they miscopied my name from the birth certificate. Oh boy. Lurker Linda says, half the people I work with legit think my name is Lisa, and I just go with it. Good. Fuck them. Who are they? Who are they as it pertains to your life? Why is it necessary that they know anything? You know what I mean? I like to think of it like this. Your motherfucking parents don't need to know certain shit about you because it would take more time than it is worth to explain it to them, my dude. They're part of a different world, and sometimes they need to accept that in the same way that you need to accept that you're not part of everybody else's world, okay? Move the fuck on. You got a really limited amount of time on this planet, and y'all are wasting it doing some really weird stuff, and it's wild. Actually, it's T. What was it? Williamson. Williamson. Look, we're done with this. Number 10, the dumbest screw up. I work in a site that manufactures chemicals for blood typing. We had a guy start here in development or in the lab who pretty much straight away, it became obvious, had lied about his previous experience working in a lab. Someone asked him whether a liquid he had added was glycerol or BSA. So he stuck his finger in it, tasted it, and said, tastes salty, so I'd say BSA. Oh. Oh my God. In a lab. Number 9. A coworker who I trained in electronics managed to steal almost $8,000 worth of iPads. Where the fuck you gonna hawk those hot-ass iPads, dude? Ugh. I always felt like garbage for not realizing it, but also it wasn't necessarily my job to look out for employee theft, and he seemed like such a good guy. The worst part is that they knew he was doing it, but let it continue so that they could charge him with a higher sentence. That's how everything works. People out there murdering people, and they know that it's him, but they build that case. Build that case, said the police. Trump want to build that wall. Police want to build that case, okay? And they see some shit going on, and they let it happen, man. It's wild. It's truly wild. Did you guys hear that a cop came home one day, found somebody in their apartment, shot him dead? Wait a minute. I said that wrong. A cop came home one day, found someone, and shot him, but home was actually somebody else's apartment. So let me say that all again. A cop came home one day. Okay. A cop went to someone else's apartment in confusion and then shot him. My dude. My dude. You know why it's funny? Because if we don't laugh, we'll cry. And do you think the cop is in jail? Hell nah, baby. Hell nah. When you're a cop, you get to moita. You get what I'm saying? Did you want to moita and get away with it? You better become a cop. Dallas officer goes home to wrong apartment, kills man inside. Oh. We better get this guy a slap on the wrist, but here's where the story gets really juicy. It was a lady. A lady went to the wrong apartment. You know, she must have got turned around, you know, because ladies aren't the best when it comes to directions, you know what I mean? Gonna need a map for that one. Gonna need a GPS. You see what I'm talking about? It's not funny, a person's dead here, but the situation we're forced to laugh at because we live in a world where a police officer can do that and then not. Someone says, if I did that, I would be in jail. I would be in jail. Oh boy, what did she get? Administrative leave or something like that? I'm dead serious. It's a home invasion and a murder. Administrative leave. Now she's being charged with manslaughter. Why? Because everybody mad about it. This is the type of shit that goes on where unless people get publicly shamed, nothing ever changes. This is why you shouldn't be scared to call people out on their disgusting behavior. Doesn't matter if they're your friends. It doesn't matter if they're your fucking family. When people are despicable human beings, you put them on a fucking platform, my dude, because it's one thing when it's hearsay. It's one thing when you can't prove it. But when there's documentation, when there's video or audio proof of the type of scumbag that people choose, they elect to deliberately be, why the fuck you gonna defend that? How much better are you than a police department? When you cover for these assholes, imagine living your motherfucking life and doing what you trying to do, staying away from other people, keeping to yourself on the inside, earning everything that you've gotten, carving out a place in this world for yourself. You don't want to change the world. You don't want to rustle no feathers. You keep your motherfucking head down and boom, here come a police officer in your fucking house. In your house, nigga. Plap. You are dead now. You're dead now. Consequences for the police officer? Nah, they're a police officer. Motherfuck these police officers, my dude. Motherfuck them. Obviously not all of them. What a crazy blanket statement I would never make. But holy shit. And initially what do they get? Administrative leave, dude. Oh, you're suspended. Oh, you're suspended. Oh. And only when people get on the internet and make a stink about it. That's wrong. That's wrong. Maybe they should get more. Maybe that's a big deal. You know what I mean? In a world where the police officers typically make stories like this try to disappear. You know what I mean? It would be even better if the dude didn't have a family that she killed. So, you know, wouldn't be a big deal. Wouldn't be a big deal. Fuck off with this shit, man. That's my point. That's my point. Why you think I'm such a, I don't take a lot of things seriously? It's because I have a lot of shit to be fucking riled up about. And it ain't just shit like this, but it's the parallels to our lives where it's like, justice. That shit doesn't exist for people like you. Either you got a shitload of money and you can buy that justice, or it doesn't exist for you. But I don't care. People out here talking about Mac Miller. And y'all want to know what happened when Mac Miller died? I said, who the fuck is Mac Miller? And when I Googled it, it said ex-boyfriend to Ariana Grande. There go two names I don't give a motherfuck about because I'm not 14 years old. Is that rude to say? He's no different from all the other motherfuckers dying. And you know what? Maybe the story about a guy getting shot in his own apartment by some dumbass bitch police officer is a bigger deal than Mac Miller dying. You know what I mean? Burt Reynolds is dead. These people were in movies and they made songs that I fucking like. Do you get what I'm saying? I genuinely have never heard a motherfucking Mac Miller song, and I bet you if you played his biggest hit, I wouldn't have recognized it. So through osmosis, that ain't a big deal. Michael Jackson dies, that's a big fucking deal. Because people who don't like Michael Jackson can sing many of his songs from front to back. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not about just cultural footprint or impact that makes a person a better person than somebody else. But again, if this is just another white kid who got a lot of money because he rapped on some fucking records and people like his shit, and then he took drugs and then died, well, you know, God go with him. God go with his family. Thoughts and prayers, right? I'm just saying. I care about as much as about Mac Miller dying as I did about the dude with the 3 X's in his name. You know, come on, man. Why should we care about y'all when y'all don't care about yourself? I'm gonna tell it to you just like I say it to women. Some women, they don't care about themselves, and they out there trying to get a man's attention. And it's like, okay, if you don't care about yourself and you get this dude's attention, he's probably gonna care about you less than you care about yourself. And what does that say? What does that smell like? All right. Let me finish this list because it should have been quick. I don't know why I put police officers in my fucking brain, because every day it's a worse story and every day they get less of a consequence. You know, we put body cameras on some of these assholes, they just turn them off. We put cameras in their establishments, they just make the videos disappear. Like, it's legal, it's fine, it's okay. You know, but my heart goes out to that guy because he was in his fucking apartment, my dude. He wasn't bothering anybody. We can't even run from these people because they'll come and find us. Wow, dude. I'm not naive. I don't want bad things not to happen. Bad things inevitably will happen. That's what separates us from some of these women that think to themselves, oh man, well, a man should never rape a woman. Of course they shouldn't. That's not the issue. The issue is that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I ain't victim blaming anybody by saying, oh, well, you should have had a weapon. You should have took some defensive courses or some bullshit like this. He's a man. Maybe he was going to overpower you in any situation. But what you want, if we had to isolate a thing that we need to change, it's the way that this shit is handled. After this rape has occurred and we can prove that it's this person that raped you, what we do thereafter is the big deal. What consequence follows this? And just like that parallels the cop situation, bad shit gonna happen. People are gonna get drunk. People are gonna fucking fuck up and pull out their gun and kill, somebody that they don't agree with, that's different from them, But what are we gonna do about that person? Are we gonna set an example so that over time this shit can change? Or is it just gonna be slaps on the wrist? You know what I mean? God damn. And that's not what I want this channel to be. I do these silly lists so that we can kind of take our minds off the real world, man. Damn. These stories are, they're about the real world, but fuck, man. They need to be anecdotal, short, and weird, and forgive me for jumping off. Number 8, I worked in a pizza shop. I was the cook, and the night was winding down. One of the guys was outside smoking. He had a soda cup that our manager thought was his, so he took a sip. It was Jack and Coke. Dia loves that. Dia loves Jack and Coke. That guy was a delivery driver. Come on, man. You endangering other people with that bullshit, man. Look, number 7. Somebody in a warehouse hit somebody with a forklift on purpose last night. So there's that. Well. What do you say? Number 6. We're in a field where you have to record every little thing you do in case you get audited by the state. One of my coworkers was copy and pasting the notes for 6 straight months and skipping out on going to actually see any clients. It was found out when one of the clients called and asked the supervisor why they hadn't been seen in so long and when they were supposed to be seen. Well, no, why they hadn't been seen so long when they were supposed to be seen once a week. Oh my God. Get me out of this list. Number 5. A friend in college had an internship at some engineering company. Went up to a coworker who had a banana on her desk and loudly asked, "Do you ever use that for anything else?" Ooh. It's the only dude I ever knew to be fired from an internship. Someone says, I interned at a company security company. That's not what that. It's funnier the way you said it, so just keep rolling. The kind that is very serious about security. The first thing they told you when you got in is that your phone should be turned off at all times while you're on the premises. You also had to sign a document agreeing to it before you were able to enter. A new intern got caught on Facebook on her phone on her first day. Not even 2 hours after she got the speech and signed the document. She got chewed up by the boss, got written warning right away, and got told that it was her last warning before being fired. That afternoon, she got caught a second time on her phone. There were tears. The guy from our university responsible for the interns even came to the company and pleaded her case. It didn't work. Bitch, if you can't follow basic ass rules, get the fuck out of here. How about that? How about that? How about that? Like, to make something explicitly clear to somebody and still have them just not be about it? Fuck you. You got yourself what we called a warning. This is your chance now. After you fucked up, this is your chance. Fuck off. She had to repeat the last year of her master's degree because of that. Dumbasses will be dumbasses. Bitch, she already wasting that kind of time on that. So, bruh, what's an extra year? What is an extra year? Number 4, we had a contractor who fell asleep in front of the CEO when he was giving a tour of the facilities to a board member. Also, solitaire was on his screen instead of work. It was pretty bad. How do you fall asleep mid-tour? Oh. No, the CEO was giving a tour. And then another guy just fell asleep with solitaire up. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. Number 3. I'm missing some of these comments here. Let me quickly address them. I think Chief Ramirez is saying, sorry. Chief Ramirez is saying, people buy products knowing most are made in China by underpaid adults and children. Well, you know, what about Nestle, baby? What about Nestle as well? But you're not supposed to think about the slavery. Not supposed to think about the slavery. There's a sad thing going on that I can't talk about. But it's sad. Let's continue. I was a bank teller while I was getting through college, and at our bank we had a limit system where you cash a check over a certain amount, where if you cashed a check over a certain amount, you had to have a manager override the transaction and provide approval for the check itself. One day I was at a new branch and someone comes in with a $25,000 check. We had enough to cash it for him. So I asked the manager to come over and take a look and override it. She didn't. Instead, she was too busy texting or Facebooking at her desk, so she just remote overrode it, where she didn't see the check or customer and just typed in the password and okayed the transaction from her own computer. Because she did this, I figured she must know the guy. Maybe he's a regular, so I gave him the money and he was off. A week later, we find out that the check was counterfeit. She was fired on the spot for negligence because they had her on camera on her cell phone and remote overriding instead of coming over to look. Delicious. Yahoos in your phones, you know. Somebody say you got to kind of envy the guy that walked out with $25,000 on a fake ass check. Stars aligned for that motherfucker that day. The stars aligned. Or do the planets align? Nah, man. $25,000? That's a star or two. Number 2, dude he used his City Arena employee card to get into the NBA championship game. Then, rather than chill in the corner and watch the game, he flashed his card to get past security and get courtside. Coach Carlesimo wasn't having it. He called arena management and reported this Yahoo getting in the way and bugging his players. Dude lost his gig with the city, ultimately got kicked out of the union. If he just snuck into the game and chilled quietly, he would have watched the game and nobody would have said anything to him, but he had to push his luck until the luck gave out. Bruh. Sports. Number 1. A guy brought in his gaming laptop on the night shift to play World of Warcraft and got nothing done. One night the boss sneaks in, walks up behind him, calls our 800 number from his cell phone. The employee completely ignored the incoming call and he got fired on the spot. That is amazing. That is amazing. Someone says the night manager at a job I was at for 9 years did this every single night. Instead of helping his team, he would lock himself in his office and play World of Warcraft. He also would leave all the time, go home and take a nap or get fast food. It was really satisfying after years of this shit to see him finally get fired when the regional manager decided to show up in the middle of the night and he wasn't there. The manager that replaced him was an asshole too, but at least I could respect his work ethic. The ethic, okay? Jesus. Okay. Unbelievable. You're deducted caps if you kill people when you're wanted? Jesus, looks like Hannah's gonna be holding all my money in Fallout 76. Jesus Christ. They taking my money? How you gonna have a murder tax? Y'all ain't caught me. Y'all ain't caught me, baby. If you haven't caught me, then I ain't taking the money. Guerrilla Games celebrating the launch of Spider-Man with a cameo for Kratos. Oh, it's beautiful. Man, PS4, baby. PS4. I need to jump back into that. You know what I'm talking about? I need to jump back into that. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed that list. Seems like the stream is having fun with this Yahoo usage. You know, and Yahoo is not only a term that people apply to weirdos, it is also a search engine, or it used to be Yahoo Search, right? It's like kind of like a website for old people now. And on top of that, it is also a drink, you know? Does Yahoo the drink still exist? It must, right? Oh, Yoo-hoo. Oh no, it's actually you. No. Oh God. A special thanks to all of you for being here. You know, I appreciate you endlessly. A special thanks to my YouTube sponsors, some of whom have been sponsored for quite a while, man. You guys are heroic in your abilities. I do want to thank you, and I want to let you know. Wait a minute. Why is Vanessa on there twice? What the hell? This needs to be fixed, mate. Oh my God. Look at Kevin at the bottom. Okay, no, I'll fix this later. Oh God. Yeah, and I want to thank my patrons as well. Guys, request what you want for me to read. I am still in the middle of reading this like infinite part Vanessa story. It's insane, but she deserves it like no other. That's a feisty lady. Ooh. I love you all. And you'll see me soon. I might even stream Spider-Man soon. But I'm hungry, so I gotta figure that out. And then I'll probably come back with Spider-Man at the normal time, you know? Stay amazing.